Hello and welcome to the 411 Show. The show is run by youth, hosted by youth, and aimed to inform youth. I am your host, Nadia, and I'm 18 years old. Today's guest is Rudy Brioche. We met Rudy Brioche earlier this year at the National Conference for Media Reform. He took some time out to explain to us what it is that he does at the FCC. Most of us hear about the FCC, but most of us don't really know what it is that they do or how they affect the media and how we use it. Today we're going to hear from an insider who counsels one of the 5 commissioners who makes the decisions that affect all of us at the FCC. So you hear the words net neutrality thrown around a lot lately. Could you tell us what it means and why it is that it's important?
As far as defining network neutrality, net neutrality some people call it, or internet freedom, is actually much more of a descriptive term for it. Bottom line, it is the ability for you to get online and to access any particular website that you want without having to pay any additional fees to gain certain access or to gain certain speeds. Network neutrality is in the process of being redefined and defined on a regular basis. But the FCC has actually come up with a few principles. And those principles don't define internet freedom. But what it says is there are certain things you can do and can't do. For example, you have the right to connect any device to your broadband through a broadband feed. And anything you want. So if you actually are getting your broadband through your cable provider or through your phone company, you should be able to essentially attach a wireless device to it. So that's one aspect of this freedom to do whatever you want with this broadband experiencing. And when you actually get online, should there be a charge for you to get on Google, for example? Or should there be a separate charge for you to gain a faster speed? These are issues that are ongoing, they're being discussed currently, both at the FCC and in the Congress, and in different parts of the states as well. So you should check with your local legislature to find out whether or not this issue of internet freedom is being discussed. So it's really rapidly moving. But it affects all of us on a very personal level because it essentially allows us to, use the internet the way we've all, used in the past years, is to use it in a very free way and not to be charged to gain access, or you have to stand in line, or you have to pay a toll to get to certain websites. The idea is once you have this broadband connection, you ought to be able to use it as freely, provided that you don't cause harm to other people or to the system as a whole.
I've been to some of the FCC hearings and heard a lot of issues concerning children and youth, but I've never heard any children and youth talk directly to the FCC. Has the FCC ever considered talking to them, as in going to the schools and perhaps asking the questions that are going to be affecting them and all the policies that are going to be coming out of issues concerning them?
So much of what the FCC does focuses on children and protecting children. And the sad thing is that since I've been with the Commission at least, we really haven't had a chance to outreach and to meet with children, to talk with them directly, to find out. Instead, we've had a lot of adults saying this is what children need and this is what children want. I think it's important for us to do that kind of outreach. The sad thing is there's so much outreach that we need to do. We actually need you to reach out and to actually contact us. Send us a letter. Let us know that, in fact, you have a number of children, youth who are interested in a certain issue about media ownership, for example, and tell us that you would like us to actually have a hearing in your local community, or for you to even come out to Washington, sit down and talk with all of the commissioners. Our doors are always open. It's much more difficult for us to come to you, but if you come to us, that'll make it a lot more easy for us. But we would love to sit down and talk to children, because most of the work we do, the reason we're doing it is to protect not just this generation, but the future generation. And we have to talk directly to children to get a good sense of what that all means.
Well, thank you for being on the 411 Show, and I hope to hear you speak to more youth and children about the issues that are going to be affecting them. If any of you have any questions or concerns about the FCC, you can go to their website at fcc.gov and send them a message. Thanks for watching the 411 Show. This is Nadia, and see you next week.